Hey chaps, welcome back to Math Learning Studio. We are discussing the word problems of linear equations. So far हम तीन टाइप की equations पर डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, right? And now we are with the type 4. Okay? So the word problems based on the type 4 are the questions based on speed, distance and time. Before we start discussing the questions, let us discuss first the relation between speed, distance and time. And there is a very simple mnemonic, there is a very simple shortcut that you can apply to keep that in mind, and it is DST. Distance, speed and time. And it's very simple that distance is equals to speed multiplied by time. Okay? So that is a very simple rule to keep in mind, and this is very important when we discuss these questions. Okay? Fine. So I have taken the first example based on these kind of word problems. It says that two places A and B are on a straight highway and 80 km apart. Okay? Two cars start from these places and meet in 8 hours. They meet in 8 hours if they move in same direction. Okay? They will meet in 1 hour 20 minutes if they move towards each other, and we have to find the speeds of the cars. Alright, so very simple thing that there are two places A and B and they are 80 kilometers apart. Two cars are starting from point A and point B respectively, and they are moving in the same direction. Then they will meet in 8 hours. So it's very clear, understood that one car is faster than the other. So let us take the speeds of cars to be x and y. So the solution will go like this, that we can take the speed of car A as x km per hour and that of car B can be taken as y km per hour. Okay? So now these two are moving in the same direction, so I take that they are moving till this point P and they are meeting here. Okay, till point P. So in this condition, the car A has to travel distance AP in 8 hours. Car B has to cover a distance BP, that also in 8 hours. But we do not know these distances. Now this formula will help us. The distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. Okay, so for car A, AP is the distance. What is the speed? X. Time is 8 hours. That simply means this AP will become 8x. That is speed multiplied by time. And for car B, this distance BP can be 8y because it is covering this distance B to P in 8 hours at a speed of y. So 8 into y. Speed into time. Alright? And now it is very clear from this diagram that the distance AB is actually the difference of these two distances. Right? BP minus AP कर करेंगे, we will get AP. Right? So we can write that according to question, 8y minus 8x should be equals to 80. Divide the whole equation by 8, we can get y minus x is equals to 10. That is our first equation. Now in the second condition, it is given that they will meet in 1 hour 20 minutes if they move towards each other. Towards each other means one A will go that side, B comes this side. So let us take they will meet at this point Q. In this condition, the car A has to travel a distance AQ and B will travel a distance BQ. And in this condition, what we'll get? We'll get AQ plus BQ as complete 80 kilometers. Right? But before that, we need to find distance AQ. So in the second condition, the time is 1 hour 20 minutes. 1 hour 20 minutes means, I'm doing it roughly, 1 hour means 1 hour and 20 minutes means 20 by 60 hours. So 0 cancels, 2 ones are 2, 3. So it will be 1 whole 1 by 3 hours. Right? What we did? We just converted 20 minutes into hours. Okay? And this can be taken as 4 by 3 hours. Right? So 3 ones are 3 plus 1, 4. 4 by 3 hours is the. That simply means that distance AQ will be again speed into time. Speed is what? For A, it is x, and time is what? 4 by 3. So this distance will become 4 by 3x. And distance BQ will become 4 by 3y. And the sum of these two distances has to be 80 kilometers. Right? So we can write also this distance AQ, that is 4 by 3x, plus the distance BQ, that is 4 by 3y, is equals to how much? Again 80 kilometers. Now to simplify this equation, what we can do, we can multiply this full equation by the reciprocal of 4 by 3, that is 3 by 4. When we multiply here, we get x, plus here we get y is equals to, what we get here? 80 into 3 by 4, 4 cancels 80, but 20 into 3 is 60. That is the second equation. We can solve these two equations and we can get the values of x and y. Now, for the second example, I have taken a very important question. It is based on a boat or a steamer going upstream or downstream. Okay? This is a question that confuses a lot, because this same question can be asked in chapter number 4 also, that is about quadratic equations. Okay? So we need to understand when do we get the equations in quadratic form and when do we get the equation in the linear form. Okay? And I'll explain how do we differentiate that. Very simple, that whenever it is a question of linear equations, then the speed of the boat and the speed of the stream both will be missing. Both will not be given to you. Very simple. And if both of them are not given, it means what? We have to let them into different variables, x and y. In the quadratic equation, most probably the question says that the speed of the boat is this. Otherwise, it will give you the speed of the stream. And one of them will be missing, that we have to find out. Right? Very simple thing to keep in mind. Let us solve this question now. I have drawn a simple diagrammatic representation here, that whenever it goes up, the speed decreases. We go down, the speed increases. This we can simply understand, like when we are climbing a hill, we go up, it takes efforts, extra efforts for us to reach the top. But when we come down, we simply come down very fast, right? So when we come down, it means speed increases. When we go up, the speed will decrease. Alright? Now we can solve this question, and what I just told, we'll let both of these speeds to be x and y. So we'll say let speed of the boat in still water. Now still water means when the water is not moving. When it is still, okay? It is not moving, it is not flowing. So the speed of the boat in still water, say x, and we can take speed of the stream to be y kilometers per hour. Alright? Now we need to read the conditions given in the question to find out or to frame two equations. So condition first. It says that the boat will cover 32 kilometers upstream. So condition first, we say upstream distance. Up distance, I write in short. Up distance is equals to 32. When it is going up, what will be the speed? The speed will be what? Of course, it is going up, the speed will decrease. And how much? It will decrease as much as the speed of the stream or speed of the water. It means the speed will become x minus y. Right? Down distance, how much? It is 36 kilometers. And the speed will be what? Speed will be x plus y. Now, it says that the boat covers these two distances in a time of 7 hours. So, from this information, we have to find out the time. Now, distance is equal to speed into time. So time will be equal to distance by speed. It simply means that this time will be how much? Distance upon the speed, that is 32 divided by x minus y. And the second time for down, how much will this be? It will be 36 divided by x plus y. Got it? So we got 2 times for up and down in case 1. Right? What we have to? We know that this complete time, total time is 7 hours. It means these 2 times added together, according to question, these 2 times added together should give you, yes, should give you 7. Alright? Equation number 1. For the second condition, what is the question given? What does the question says? It says that it will cover 40 km up and 48 km down in 9 hours. Now you can guess, if we follow a similar process for condition 2 also, what do we get? We will get 40 divided by x minus y, because 40 is the distance, x minus y becomes the speed in condition 2 for upstream. So this becomes the time for upstream in condition 2. Also the boat covers 48 kilometers downstream. So 48 divided by x plus y becomes the time. 48 is the distance, x plus y becomes the speed. Right? And this total time in condition 2 is given to be 9 hours. So we got 2 equations. And what kind of equations are these? Yes, these are reducible equations. They are not linear, but we can make them linear. And how do we make them linear? We can make them linear by letting or by replacing, by substituting 1 upon x minus y and 1 upon x plus y with some other variable. Okay? If I say put 1 upon x minus y is equals to a and 1 upon x plus y is equals to b, what we get? This becomes 32a plus 36b is equals to 7, and second it will be 40a plus 48b equals to 9. And now these 2 equations can be solved and you get your answer. Now let's take one more example based on speed, distance and time. The question says that x takes 3 hours more than y to walk 30 kilometers. Okay? But if x doubles his pace, he's ahead of y, means he will take 1.5 hours less than y. Okay? Find their paces. We have to find their speed of walking. Alright. So we have 2 persons here, x and y, and we have to find their paces. So we can take their paces, their speeds to be x and y again. So we'll write let pace of x is equal to x only and pace of y as y only. So now we have to find the time taken by both of them to cover 30 km individually. Okay? And now this 3 hours, it is given as time taken by x is 3 hours more than time taken by y. Okay? So first we will find the time by x. And again, distance is equal to speed into time. So time will be equal to distance by speed. So distance is 30, speed is x, 30 by x, time by x. And if we find time by y, it will be of course 30 by y. And the question says x takes 3 hours more. So this time is 3 more than this time. So according to question, we get the equation that when we subtract time of y from time of x, we should get 3. So we can write 30 divided by x minus 30 by y equals to 3. This is equation number 1. We can divide the whole equation by 3 and it can be further simplified. So it can become 10 by x minus 10 by y equals to 1. Okay, and now this finally can be taken as equation number 1. Okay, in the condition 2, it says that x doubles the pace. Pace is doubled now. Okay, so when x doubles the pace, case 2, the pace of x will be twice. That is, earlier it was x, now it will be 2x. Pace of y becomes what? वो तो पहले ही था. It is not changing, so it remains y only. And again, similarly, we'll find the times, both of theirs. So time by x will be how much? The distance is still the same, so it will be 30 by 2x. And time by y will be what? 30 by y. And now the question says, now x is ahead of y by 1.5 hours. So now y is lagging behind. Y will take more time. Right? So this time is more now and this time is less. So according to question, in this condition, what we can write is 30 by y minus 30 by 2x equals to what? 1.5 hours. So I can write it as 3 by 2 hours. Now this equation can be multiplied with 2 by 3 to make it simpler. So when we multiply this equation by 2 by 3, this becomes what? 20 by y minus this will become 10 by x equals to 1. Right? And this is equation number 2. Now these two equations are also not linear. We need to reduce them to the linear form and then solve them. And that I leave to you. Okay? And now you should practice some more questions based on this to get more confidence. And now it's time to like and share this video, subscribe the channel and press the bell icon as well. I'll see you in next video where I'll take one more category of the word problems.